Unable to speak is the sixth scene of The Matrix. It opens with a bunch of TVs zooming in on Neo in a room. I'm sure the TVs will be explained in the future scene, but on the slight chance they aren't, it does look pretty cool, and looking pretty cool is basically the motivator for everything in this movie. Agents enter the room and dump a fat file on the table. It seems like Neo was being a bit of an idiot and forgot to use incognito mode and put tape over his webcam, so now the government know everything he's been doing online. The text in this file is all in OCR text, which I've been using for these videos to make them feel matrixy. Evidently, the agents also felt that looking matrixy was more important than being able to read the text. The paper is also not double-sided, which really speaks to the mentality we had in the 80s and 90s, believing that the world was going to last forever. Unlike now, when we know the world ended in 2020. Agent Smith tells Neo that he is guilty of practically every crime they have a law for. Interesting. What kind of crimes? Not all computer crimes were created equal. There are some crimes that I won't even mention, no matter how edgy I'm trying to be. But similarly, using a copyrighted stock image without paying for a license isn't the worst thing a guy could do, right? What crimes then? It couldn't have been pirating movies, because Neo wouldn't steal a car, and downloading movies is stealing, as we all know. Maybe Neo was caught lying about his age so he could join TikTok before he was 13. Or maybe he was caught spreading fake news on Twitter. Unfortunately, we'll never get to know what these true crimes were. Maybe in The Matrix 4 they'll elaborate on this. Again, Neo's given two choices, to stay with his boring life or to go rogue. So far, he's chosen the normie life every time, but here he decides to finger Mr. Smith instead. He's given a choice to cooperate with the agents in capturing Morpheus. Morpheus is considered the most dangerous man alive for sneaking in 101 milliliters of water through Heathrow Airport. But it's only 1999. I can't imagine there being a more dangerous man for the next 2 or 3 years. But Neo instead demands his phone call.
What good is a phone call if you're unable to speak?
Neo's mouth is then morphed closed in a strange bit of body horror. What is the point of closing his mouth exactly? Nobody's going to hear him or report this, and this is all on TV anyway, so there's recorded evidence of mouth closification. I get the impression that the agents have the ability to morph people's mouths closed, and they never get the chance to use it. So upon thinking of a clever retort, Agent Smith jumped on the opportunity to hit him with the unable to speak line. But it's such a strange and random ability. They can control everything as long as he's plugged into the Matrix, but not his mind. While he's unable to speak, Neo is forcefully impregnated by this crazy cyberbug. The scene ends with Neo waking up in a sweat and wondering if any of this happened, which is how 3 of the scenes have ended so far. This scene is one that really sticks in your head because of all the strange shit that happens in it, and as a solo scene it would be up there with the best of them. But everything in this scene is basically forgotten about, besides the rivalry between Neo and Mr. Smith, so I'm gonna give this scene a 85. The next scene is getting the bug out, and if you're wondering what could possibly happen in that scene, maybe you should check out the next episode of Reset 'em.